There are very few African-American men in this country who haven't had the experience of being followed when they were shopping in a department store. That includes me. There are very, very few African-American men who haven't had the experience of walking across the street and hearing the locks click on the doors of cars. That happens to me, at least before I was a senator. There are very few African Americans who haven't had the experience of getting on an elevator and a woman clutching her purse nervously and holding her breath until she had a chance to get off. When Trayvon Martin was first shot, I said that this could have been my son. Another way of saying that is Trayvon Martin could have been me.
After the no guilty verdict of George Zimmerman and people protesting all over the city, in the nation, here in North Minneapolis, people coming from all directions for support of a civil trial and a protest for the injustice that was done to the young man Trayvon Martin. And we have here one of the organizers. Why did you see the need to bring or to organize this protest?
Well, sir, because we wanted to bring this out to the masses because we want everybody to know that we're standing by our sons and the injustices that has been going on, not only for the last couple of years, but since the inception of this country.
We have the Black Parent Group, and we wanted to do something as parents. We know that there's politicians and other leaders that are having protests, but we need to stand up for our families, for our sons, and we do not want to lose our sons in this manner.
The rest of the world is watching this. The United States always wants to say, for democracy, and we are truth and fairness. Well, Brazil, China, and everybody else is watching this. And how can you tell them that our justice system is fair when they see the same exact things that we see on television say? You allow this to happen?
Well, we have told our sons, our son, how to be black in America.
What it means to be a young black person in America for you?
Well, it's one of the most difficult things to have to deal with. I mean, it's very difficult, but you gotta persevere. I mean, this is what my mom taught me.
What did you tell your young son today?
Oh, at first he was kind of afraid to come because he could envision pictures, like the pictures he had seen of 60s, of people being hosed down and things like that. And he thought that something like that might happen. But I told him, don't worry about it. It's okay. We're going to be fine.
Well, Obama says it could have been men. How does that, could you reflect on that a little bit? What did he mean by that?
Personally, I think that was the best thing he could have said at the moment because, I mean, yeah, he could have been Trayvon.
Like this Alec now has changed the laws in 31 states. The majority of the states have this stand your ground law, and Alex introduced it to another 7 states that they're pushing it in. So this is all coming up very much underground, very slowly, very methodically, and they've been working at it for 25 years or long.
And we are afraid for our sons, and a lot of men have felt devalued, and we want to bring value back to the men in our households.
It means to be a young African American these days.
These days, well, I like to look at us as an endangered species in this community, so it's, we need to do our job to make sure that we stay alive and we make a difference.
The same for a young African American woman?
There's still injustice for me. It may not be seen in the same way as it is oftentimes in African American males, but definitely I still face injustices every day.
The real question of Trayvon Martin is not that the law wasn't adhered to. The crazy thing is the law was adhered to, and it's a crazy law. That's a big part of the problem. You have really bad laws. As I say, Nazi Germany, there's nothing that they ever did that was illegal.
What about Trayvon Martin's case or killing that really moved the conscience of this nation?
Yes, it did, and it was unfortunate that he was killed, and it just shows that we have a long way to go in the way the justice system is set up, and there needs to be changes, but this is one start. This is a part of that change.
Some of the assumptions they think George Zimmerman made before he pulled the trigger.
Racial profiling, fear. He acted out of fear and acting out of hate, basically. You know, he felt that he would be making a difference by killing a young black man.
Trayvon was a young child with Skittles in his hand, minding his own business on the cell phone. So yes, I feel like it could have been, because Zimmerman saying that he was afraid. What was he afraid of? A little child with a pint-sized body?
So tell us about your sign.
Well, this is what, when he died, this is what he came out of the gas station with.
I want to end this something you say to the mother of Trayvon Martin.
Oh my goodness. I pray for Trayvon's mother. My heart goes out to her, and
After we talked to a few of the protesters here in North Minneapolis about the last no guilty verdict of George Zimmerman, we're going to go and talk to some of the Muslim Americans, and we visit them there. They are celebrating Ramadan under the tent. We're
I don't understand. I don't care what you say. Kill him. He had no reason to kill him. That's manslaughter.
under the tent where Muslim Americans breaking their day fast here northeast of Minneapolis. We're going to talk to a few of them and see the reaction about the Zimmerman, about the case. What are you following the case, and what do you think of the verdict?
I think the verdict was inaccurate, but I think part of the problem is the prosecution didn't make the case.
The truth that Zimmerman case got to me is just every time I turn on the TV, CNN, it was on all day and night and was getting sickening, and probably that extensive coverage kind of probably took a lot away from the real.
But in the end, a young man was killed, and he was killed by a gun. So it circles back to guns, 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 and more guns.
The issue was not about black and white and the gun or not. That was legal issue, and apparently the prosecution didn't do a very good job.
My take on it, my dad is Black American, and when he heard of the Stand Your Ground laws, he said this is just another form of hunting black people.
What do you think of the verdict? Was it about guns, about race, or about just unfortunate incident?
I don't think it was really about any of these things, because guns, it's legal in Florida to carry it for Stand Your Ground, and race was never mentioned by the judge. I think it's a case where the prosecutor botched up the case.
Court is there to enforce laws and the books, and apparently the laws were not broken. And
the three things that were taken on Zimmerman are all legal. It's legal to go out and follow somebody that you're suspicious of.
Is it legal to shoot somebody?
No, but that was in the middle of the fight.
Yes, I think the justice system in America always works right. In this case, I feel sorry for the life of this young man.
The diversity of view here is very interesting, and I think we'll wait and see how this case is going to affect our view of our legal system and our view of our gun laws.